before I get into it, because we got some things to get into, remember to like, subscribe, and comment, please, and share the video too. I and the audio. Share the link. Sharing is caring. I am joined today by my special guest and my friend. And last night I had to tell her, like, you might be kind of my therapist a little bit too. But if you ever tell anybody, I will sue you. Don't care if you're a lawyer or not. The
Oh
lovely
God.
Salina. Salina, who is Salty Sal. And she used to be, never mind.
Oh
She's
wait.
Salty Sal.
Okay. Sure.
Hi, Salina.
Hi, Tiff. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm good. I really just wanted to kick it with one of my girls today. So I was like, today's chat calls for some girl talk. Let me call Selena and see if we can really get into it.
Yeah, and I feel like I was a perfect person to call because I'm a lover of showmances. Love a good, shall we say, enemies to lovers arc. So probably a good day to record.
I wouldn't go as far as to say enemies to lovers. That's not
Oh,
always the case. You just like,
oh,
these are the things that you're putting into the air.
sure,
They're
sure.
not facts. These are false statements until proven otherwise.
Right. I love a fan fiction, if you
Yeah.
will.
Okay. I love a fan fiction. All right.
Yeah.
So she's the fan fiction editor, author, put togetherer. All right.
Yeah.
So last where we left off, you guys may remember I was having a conversation with Kai, and we were talking about the conversation Monty, Brittany, and Taylor was having in the HOH room. And I remember that one of the things Kai said, or Kyland, whichever you refer to him as, people, I'm talking about the same person. Kyle is on BB24. Kai slash Kyland is on BB23. So anyway, he was saying, like, I hope when Brittany leaves, or if Brittany removes herself from the situation, this conversation with Taylor and Monty, that Taylor will be able to separate herself from Brittany via conversation from Monty saying, hey, those are her sentiments, not necessarily mine. Because I felt like that conversation that Monty and Brittany were having was not really helpful for Brittany and maybe not really helpful for Taylor. And I believe that I kind of went back and tried to re-listen to a little bit of that conversation, and it seems like Taylor did kind of let Monty know that I'm still with you. I don't know how that is, but you were able to hear a little bit more of that conversation. So can you please fill me in, and then I'll give you my opinion and assessment.
Of course. So the most important points to me were basically, so Britt, by the end of the conversation, asked Monty, so do you think we can repair the relationship? Monty basically said no. And he said we'll see, but it was a very no,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
see
To Brittany's face.
to Brittany's face.
All right.
The message she got was no.
Okay.
And then, they were still going back and forth, going back and forth. Finally, Taylor said, I'm livid right now. I feel like I'm collateral because of everything that happened with Michael and Brittany. But whatever it is, I'm the one who's sitting here and potentially in danger because of everything else that's happened around me. And, the conversation just kind of fizzled and ended after that. But
Okay.
I was glad that Taylor.
What did he say? Like, was he feeling like
I don't know that Monty really felt bad, honestly,
about
because
his conversation with Brittany or for Taylor?
for Taylor, because
Okay.
he just like had his mind so made up
Yeah.
that Taylor was going to be the replacement nom that
Yeah.
I don't really think it mattered what she said.
He's a
Because
Taurus, right?
he might be, I can't
Hmm.
remember, but
Stubborn.
yes, he's
Hmm.
stubborn, and he's also stubborn because he definitely is so confident that Taylor's gonna stay, that I
Hmm.
think that sort of makes him not able to be that empathetic to her, feeling like she's in danger because he's
Yeah.
like, "No, you're not in danger, even though you're about to go up."
Right.
So then after that, it was kind of interesting because Brittany and Alyssa had this sort of really tense conversation, and
Okay.
Alyssa was also trying to ask if she felt like, her and Brittany could mend things. That also seemed like kind of a no. So it seemed like
Mm.
Brittany and Taylor were like probably going to be okay.
Okay.
Like, Brittany's probably going to keep Taylor around.
Okay.
Um, and then we had the veto, the
Okay.
actual ceremony. And
Oh, this is the next day, right?
say, yeah,
All right. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So
So,
the veto ceremony, it's pretty obvious. Monty did not change his mind. He nominated Taylor.
right.
No
No,
surprise.
no surprises whatsoever. The only other kind of interesting things that have become relevant is, I believe, yeah, so yesterday, so it was like Sunday night to Monday, Alyssa, Turner, Monte, and Taylor stayed up
Mm-hmm.
super, super late, really just like chit chatting, having fun. Like, I think they stayed up to like, the morning hours
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. And then last night, they sort of made the plan again to stay up pretty late today.
Mm-hmm.
And
Before you go too far, I think yesterday was the day I turned on the feeds and all four of them were asleep in the HOH bed.
yes, they all had a sleepover together.
Okay, first of all, let me say this. We slept three deep in that HOH bed. I think it was like Claire on one side, Kai in the middle, on top of the cover, sleep like a mummy with his arms folded like this. Me on the other side on the wall can't like get any cover because Kai is asleep on top of it. Honestly, it was the most uncomfortable sleep I had ever gotten. For sleep in a bed, I don't know how they did that.
Right.
They wanted to do that because I'd been like, yeah, this is fun. I'm going to the couch.
Oh, they definitely wanted to do that. And that whole bonding becomes more relevant today, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Um,
so
so
yesterday.
then, I'm sorry.
So yesterday.
So yesterday. So yes. So then Turner had also tried to have a conversation with Monty about potentially voting out Taylor instead of voting out Alyssa, but Monty was basically like, "Nah, it's not gonna happen."
Yeah.
So you
Because
know,
it doesn't make sense for Turner to try to make a vote or vote for Alyssa if Monty is still going to vote to keep Taylor. So it's like, why even just throw that vote if Taylor's gonna stay anyway? So Turner needs Monty to waver on his decision for who he's gonna vote for Turner to even choose Alyssa anyway,
right.
unless Brittany can be swayed.
Unless Brittany, but it seemed to Turner that like Brittany wasn't going to change her decision either, really.
Yeah,
So
because she cam talked last night for a while. She cam talked and was pretty much saying like Taylor is close to her. She wants to go to the end with Taylor. This is one thing that I've noticed about Brittany. Brittany seems to me to be the type of person who needs a friend. And she even said, I came in this game to make friends. And I don't know how long she's been married, but she's married. She's got a spouse. It seems like they're really close. That's probably like her at home. That's her best friend. And so then when you come into this environment where you don't know anybody, I think it is just human nature for us to try to. I think that having one person you can rely on for support is necessary in life, period. We can be like, oh, I do this by myself, I do it by myself, but solitary confinement, I think, is the worst thing you can do to a human. And so if we don't have people, then it makes it very challenging for us. And so Brittany reminds me of someone who definitely values, nurtures, and needs that human connection. So she came in, her and Michael really hit it off, and then Michael was her friend. I don't even know if keeping Michael in the game for her was so much a strategy as it was, this is my friend and I need somebody here. Because if you think about, I'll even say from my own experience, when I was in the house, if I even when we got down to six, if let's say I didn't have a relationship with Big D or Azza or X or Kai, and then it's me and Chada. If Chada was in danger of going home, even if I knew she was gonna beat me like by a landslide, I would be like, I don't care, just don't leave me. Don't leave me here by myself with these people. I'm going to be alone. So I think her connection to Michael was, I need a friend, and I I think that to be true because as soon as Michael left, even though her and Taylor were close, she's like, Taylor is my friend. If you give Brittany friendship, I think she gives you loyalty because she needs the friendship. And she kind of is attached to Taylor. And that's why I think that's why she wants to keep her there so bad because she needs a friend in this game. She needs a friend in the house. So that's what I was getting listening to her and watching her and her attachment to Taylor and her desire to keep Taylor. I think it's more so like, I need my friend here. I've already lost Michael. The only other friend I have is Taylor. If she leaves, I'm alone. Not alone to fight, but I'm just alone in this house, period.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know that she reciprocates friendship with loyalty though, just because
I did say that. Wait, I did say that. Maybe you're right. It's nothing else. It's
it's
attachment. It's attachment.
it's very much an attachment
It's
thing.
she reciprocates friendship with attachment. If you be my friend, I'll be attached to you.
That's a great way to put it because she
Sorry,
didn't
y'all.
want to have Michael out still, like even though she was the most attached to him. So you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
the queen ain't always semantically correct, but my thoughts are. But the way I verbalize it and the words I always use may not be according to Webster's dictionary.
Sure, and
Okay.
that's fine because we all make our own definitions of everything anyway.
That's
But
another topic.
regardless,
Hmm.
it was extremely funny because last night, it was Turner, Alyssa, Monty, and Britt, and they were all outside. And
Taylor was there too, but then she got called to the DR.
yes,
Hmm.
yes. And of course, Turner happened to let it slip that perhaps Alyssa was going to go to jury. He said
Girl,
something like,
he more than let
"I
it
would go to
slip.
jury."
He
And
said, "Can I say this?" And they're like, "What?" He's like, "I just want to say, like," and then his sentence started with, "When you go to jury, just know." And I was like, I couldn't even listen and comprehend the rest of his conversation because he just started with the "when you go to jury," and then her voice immediately got shaky.
immediately,
Like, okay, I mean, you're saying that like I'm going home. And they had been doing that to her all day, though. Don't forget, Taylor in the kitchen had told Alyssa what her what was it her goodbye message would have been if Alyssa was going to go
oh,
home on her
yes,
HOH.
yes, yes. And this
Okay,
was a
let's.
whole thing. It was, I can't remember what she said the goodbye was.
I could tell you.
Okay.
So they're in the kitchen. Okay, so this was kind of all right. He set the scene. Set the scene. So Taylor had been talking about how she was going to make fried rice tonight. She needed veggies for the fried rice. She got the pots, the pans, the cooking. Monty was in here making something. Was he making cheese sticks? What the hell was
I
it?
don't
Do
know
you
what it
know?
was like.
Okay,
I do
I
not
don't
know.
know. But Monty be in the kitchen. He be cooking. But this time, it was it was Taylor's turn to cook. So Taylor's in the kitchen. She's preparing her fried rice and everything. Alyssa's sitting at the bar. Monty's cooking something. And at one point, Monty had this, don't even know what it was.
Mm,
I'm
something
gonna
burnt
call it a
for sure.
it,
Burnt hard.
a crispy fried something. Okay,
Sure.
he's holding it in his hand and he's checking it out. And Taylor comes walking past. Let me say, I love the way my girl Taylor walks. Taylor exudes confidence with every single step, and her walks just flow. So she gracefully, she grazes over there almost past him. And he's got this fried hard something in his
Yeah.
hand, and she walks up to him. She goes, "Hmm." He holds it out. She opens her mouth. She takes a bite of it. He looks at that bite. She walked past. He bit it. And I was said, not her eating out his hand.
Oh, it was something to watch.
Okay. So
I felt something.
it
Okay.
was, I don't know that I looked at that and I said, it's a very subtle acceptance. Like when
Mm,
women don't like men, we won't let you put nothing in our mouth.
right.
Okay?
Right.
I don't need you to feed me. I'm grown. When we don't like you like that, we don't even want you to think we do. But baby girl did get on the block yesterday, and you just don't want this HOH to you. You probably ain't telling them no to much. So he said, "You can try this." Yeah, I tried, but I'll take it myself though. I don't really need you to feed me. So
Right.
anyway, but she did. She was like, mm, she took a little bite and kept on moving. I like the way she don't stay in place long. She
Mm-mm.
ain't giving. She didn't give him time to think about if it meant anything. But I was watching. I'm a body language expert. Okay, fold your
Oh,
arms
and
around me.
he looked at the place where she bit, and he
He
took a
did.
bite right
He
out of
did.
the same place
Girl,
she bit.
girl, girl. He said he held that thing out. She bit it. He said. he said I wanna put my mouth right. He said her mouth was right there.
And listen, the Twitter detectives, we did note that a few minutes later, Monty went up to his room, he changed his pants, he jumped on the bed, and then put Vaseline on and went
But she
downstairs.
told him he needed Vaseline. Remember, she was like, "You need some Vaseline for your elbows."
Yeah, but it was the way he jumped on the bed and let out the deepest sigh. And we
He
were
laid
like,
flat on the bed. Like he went up
"What?"
there and he spread eagled on the bed on his stomach. And I was like, is he going to bed? It was definitely like he needed to remove himself for a second.
He almost could not handle that anymore.
How many days has it been?
Oh,
Like
okay.
70?
Yeah, it's been a
All
lot of
right.
days.
Okay. Okay. So while Taylor is cooking her fried rice, Alyssa's in the kitchen. Think Brittany's cam talking or in the DR at this point. Like during this time, so both of those things happened. Brittany was cam talking and then she got called to DR. But then they were in the kitchen, and they is Monte, Taylor, Alyssa. I don't quite remember where Turner was. I got
Right.
something to say about Turner too. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it real quick. Turner be sitting in the background. I don't even know he's there. It's something about a person who can be in a room while 1,000 conversations are going on and he not have or she not have nothing to say. Either you ain't listening or you listening and retaining everything. You plotting and scheming, or your elevator ain't, your light ain't on. I don't know what it is, but
Mm.
Turner can sit out there with them and they will have full conversations and Turner be like, fire. Okay, I don't know.
That was
so
a great impression. Yeah.
so back to Taylor says to Alyssa, yeah, because like the one that time you were on the like you were supposed to go home or you were gonna go home, I had my goodbye speech. I had my speech already ready. It was kind of brutal though. And Alyssa's like, brutal? Like you're gonna be brutal? And she's like, no, not this one. This is an old one that was brutal. She's like brutal, like what? Like now you gotta tell me, like not this Thursday, right? So I was like, no, not this Thursday. She's like, oh, well, tell me now because like now I just want to know like how bad was it? And so Monty is at the corner that's facing like outside. Taylor's in the kitchen. Alyssa's on the other side of the island. Monty turns around and he kind of looks like what you about to say, and
Right.
and so Alyssa and Taylor's like, well, it was just like I was just gonna say something like she's like, because it's the week that you won the trip, and so she's stuttering over it, and Monty's like, you knew what you were gonna say. He's like, and so she says, well, I was just gonna say like, yeah, something like you won that trip, you can win yourself a trip to the jury, and it really even wasn't that bad. She's like, yeah, you took something about you won the trip to London or wherever. She was
Right.
like, now you won a trip to the jury house. See you out the door. And
Right.
so Alyssa hears this. First thing she says is, did Kyle know? Monty turned around immediately and looked at Taylor and was like, no. And she was like, no, I don't think so. It- They had been giving Alyssa a lot of information about what Kyle said, what Kyle did, and this conversation about what Taylor's if a speech was going to be came after Turner had told Alyssa about the jury house. Am I right?
No.
No. Okay. So she
Later.
told this was first, and then they
Yeah.
went outside.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes. So they have been all day. Listen, y'all be calling me all kind of old. Somebody said I was 50 years old. I just want to say, baby, if I still look this good at 50, and if you do too, we all doing good. So don't worry about yourself. So anyway, I'm old. I don't remember everything all the time, but I give y'all the best of me. That's just know that. So anyway, um, so Taylor tells Alyssa that Alyssa is her feelings are hurt, and I think her feelings are hurt because immediately she thought that this was her speech for Thursday, and I think she just like that emotion hit her, and I don't think she was able to shake that emotion, regardless of if she found out that speech wasn't for this Thursday, it was a previous speech. But then she's like, oh, it's a previous speech. So then it's compounded emotion. Like, oh, you were going to be mean to me. How was I feeling? Was I feeling like I was going to be mean to you? Yes. You saw that trip. And did
Mm.
Kyle know? And are y'all protecting him? So then she went to lay down and go to sleep. She cried herself to sleep about that. And
Yeah. Okay. So I know a lot of people were like, Alyssa just cries a lot, whatever. She should like toughen up. I might have cried just because, like, Alyssa's on the block. Like, she knows she's going home. There had been other hints that she's gonna probably go home. And
I don't think they're hints. I think they're slip ups. They're honestly slip
right,
ups. When you know someone's going home, honestly, in your mind, psychologically, to us, they're already gone. We don't, because we're already talking about next week. We did it so many times in the house. Like, oops. Yeah, they're
right.
slip ups. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I do understand why she's emotionally fragile because she hasn't cried like a ton before. She's not like Brittany who's crying every day, all the time. So I was like, I don't know, like it might not be the most logical, but I understand why she's emotional about this. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, they've revealed a lot about their games without having made it to jury yet. Like things that they knew about, conversations that they had, things that they were going to say. We didn't really do that. I don't advise anybody to do that. I think it was a mistake for me to even let the six know that I was the rogue vote week 1 before I
Mm.
had even made it out of the house. Like, just keep. Turner said, I don't have nothing to say. He is
Yeah.
just listening,
Yeah, except
banking.
for he was definitely the one who like told a bunch of people that Kyle and Melissa fucked. So he does I
That's
think he just
different.
he gets
That's different. That
away.
ain't game. That's
Right,
gossip.
sorry, not game. Well, I don't know. I think he was using it to his benefit. So like for game. But I do think he gets away with a lot more than anyone else does.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
do you mean by that? Like, what does he get away with? You want to elaborate on that, or you want to skip on
Yes,
past?
like even his that little comment to Alyssa about going to jury, like,
We didn't even talk about it. Let's elaborate on it for the listeners.
yes. So I mean, you know, can't even remember what the point of what he was saying was.
Yeah, but
Whatever it
he
is,
just did say something to
yeah, he
let her
did
know.
say
Like, when you go to jury, and she just
exactly.
was like, are you telling me I'm going? He's like, no, I'm just saying, like, whenever you go,
Right. And
if you go
Alyssa,
before me.
right. And Alyssa was upset, but just like a few minutes later, she was like, "Oh, don't worry. Like, I'm not really like upset with you. Like, I understand what you were saying." And they had like this weird, like almost uh it was like a very playful banter about
Yeah, that's
how that was just a
game.
mistake. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's game. I'm
whatever.
on the block. No, I'm not mad about what you said. You thought I was mad about what you said? I wasn't mad about what you said. I know it was a joke. I know that was a joke. I wouldn't take that serious. I know that's not
Okay.
you. Yeah, that's game.
Okay.
I'm on the block. What I'm going to tell you? You know, what you said to me, it really pissed me off. And it hurt my feelings. And it made me look at you really different. And it made me look at our relationship really different. I started reevaluating things. And I don't feel like we're as close as we are. And I think that you're going to kick me out. Oh, she had to say that.
Sure. Okay. Okay. All right. I see your point. I
No,
see
it
your
was
point.
no, I don't. That didn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe there's that. I don't know. But yeah, whatever it is, So she let it go. The night went on for a while more.
Hmm.
Alyssa eventually went to bed. So then it was just Turner, Monty, and Taylor hanging out. Should we should get to this, right? We should talk about this. The
Let's get into it.
Let's get
Wait
into
a minute.
it.
First, hold on.
Okay, okay.
I want to change it up. I want to set the
Okay, let's set the
scene.
mood.
I want
Okay.
to set the scene. I want y'all to turn down the lights.
Mm,
I want you to hear the crickets creaking in the background, stars sparkling in the sky. The moon is up. The
mm,
background is lit. Everybody is asleep. Everybody's going to sleep. But the sun is going to rise because we've been up for a long time. But we've been in this house for a very long time.
mm,
So one of us is going to go and freshen up
mm.
so we can get ready for bed.
Wait, you
And
speak.
we're going to invite Turner.
Okay.
We're going to invite Monty. First of all, I am the environment. I am nobody.
Okay.
I am the voice of the environment.
Right.
So I'm going to invite Monty, Taylor, and Turner into a safe space,
Okay.
into the HOH room.
Ooh.
Except one of us is not going to make it. And they can feel it too, that they shouldn't go. Now, Salina, tell us what happened.
So, what actually the plan had been for all four of them, Alyssa, Taylor, Monty, and Turner, to actually have a
Mm.
sleepover again. Alyssa had gone to bed, like I said. Um, so Taylor, Turner, Monty were up doing whatever the fuck. All of a sudden, early this morning, Taylor went to take a shower, which is something that all of us do, hopefully, except for Turner sometimes. And, whatever. We're like, okay, what's happening? Maybe nothing, whatever. So then Turner and Turner, Monty, and Taylor were just standing outside. Suddenly, Taylor disappears inside, just runs inside. And then we realize later that she ran up straight to the HOH room. Okay,
So she went and took her shower,
she took her
and then
shower,
she came back outside,
and they were hanging out for a minute.
and they were hanging out. Okay.
And then she went inside and went
I like
straight
a
upstairs.
prepared queen. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then Turner and Monty came inside, and Turner just decided to go to his own bed,
As he should.
as he should.
Yes.
Congrats on picking up a hit.
I
Very
mean, because if we recall, I do want to set the scene for the sleepover for yesterday morning. I think Turner was on the end, Monty was next to him, Alyssa was next to Monty, and
right.
Taylor was on the other end. So that was the sleeping arrangement. And Turner probably could do it out having to sleep next to Monty with two other people in the bed.
Right. Exactly. So then Monty was dilly dallying just for a minute downstairs. He went upstairs. I was literally like, wait, where's Taylor? Because he was like walking around getting ready. All of a sudden, the camera pans to Taylor under the covers already. She just like kept looking at Monty and like chatting with him while he was getting ready for bed.
And this is when you text me and say, "Bitch, I hope you got your feeds on."
I texted so many texts in a row. I said, turn them on. I don't care what the fuck you're doing right now.
Wait. I was literally, I'm working today. Today is my day that I was in business mode with my lab coat on. I have my scrubs on. I'm in the streets. I'm working. I'm going to see a high end client. I got an hour's drive. I got my work bag in the car. I'm so focused. Matter of fact, I was like a half hour early to this appointment. That's how ready to work I was. You say, as I am like getting in the car, starting it up, I hope you got your feeds on. In all caps, you're like, Taylor is in the HOH room and Monty is on his way up there. And so I'm like, okay, I mean, they do this. I know he like her. I ain't gonna lie. I said, I don't know if it's a girl feeling him like that. But I turned him on.
Yeah.
Baby, I don't know. I'll let you tell it, then I ad lib. I'm Jeezy today.
All right. So yes, Monty got under the sheets with Taylor. They were both lying super awkwardly, straight out.
Like
Just like
so far apart. She was on one end, he was on another end.
so far apart. One of his legs was like almost off the bed. Like neither of them knew what to do with each other or with themselves, or with each other, I guess. But then, they. Oh my god.
Nope, 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 nope. See, trying to jump ahead. Let me set the scene for y'all.
Okay,
so,
okay.
so, so I hear Monty talking about how he exudes heat. He is this big hot bear. Just, he keep you warm. And Taylor is like, and I will say this about Taylor. Taylor don't really show too much like enthusiasm. Like I can't tell if her enthusiasm is real or it's just words. Like when I'm excited, it just comes out of me. She'd be like, ha ha ha, and I'm like, was that funny for her for real? so, so he's like, yeah, yeah, I exude heat. She like heat, huh? Okay.
And so you should say it how he said it, because you're saying it
Oh,
in a beautiful way.
Oh, okay. Let me set the scene. Let me act like me and Salina on the phone because we be talking a lot of shit. So he says, "Yeah, I exude heat like a big bear. It's, it's good for cuddling." Taylor says, "Oh, cuddling, huh? That's a cute line. Yeah, you should try it. I should try it. Yeah, come on over here." And you hear these covers and shit. She starts sliding her way over there. She's sliding her way over. She slid her way on over there. She slid over. They both underneath the cover.
Mm.
Monty reached his arm out. She laid her head on this. She got into that little crook. Y'all
Hmm.
know that little crevice, that little under the arm where you put your shoulder under his arm, but your neck and your head is laying like on his shoulder. She's got it there. She take now. She take that left leg, and
Mm.
I know from my own experience. Not in the house. I'm just grown. I got a kid downstairs.
Okay.
She take that left leg and kind of cross it over her body, where it's
Mm.
kind of bent across one of his legs, his
Mhm.
left leg. She got her left hand on his chest. And at first, I ain't gonna lie, because when I want to be naive, I still ain't. But I was like, they just, they just, she's just gonna lay on him.
Sure.
Go ahead, Salina. I jump in. It's double dutch. I jump in. I jump in.
Then all of a sudden, Taylor starts stroking his collarbone, his arm, his chest. I'm like, what in the
It was a slow stroke too. It
slow?
was if you watch it now. Let me tell you something. My nail tech wrong as hell that she put these press ons on. But you gonna watch this. If you gonna watch it, you gonna watch it. Don't pay attention to my nails. She's just she rubbing.
Listen, all that practice lotioning him, it was practice, okay, for this moment.
When I saw that hand go up to that neck, I said, "Okay, go ahead, Selena. I'm quiet. I can't contain myself."
Yes. And then it is my allegation or assumption from my eyes that one of Monty's hands, the hand that was cuddling her on the
Around her, the arm that she was laid her head on, his
right,
left arm reached around her, right?
right. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe that
Mm-hmm.
I saw just a little bit of movement. Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, interesting. Okay. Maybe it's just a friendly little friend massage, as one does. And then she started nuzzling him. She was in his neck. I was like,
Mm. If I'm in your neck, if my nose is in your neck, I like the way you smell. I want to smell you some more. I want you to feel my nose on your skin.
Girl, well, at least we know that this man is not musty. Because,
I thought the man was musty. I ain't gonna even lie. The way she wouldn't get close to him, I said, he must smell like feet. Something going on. He don't
right.
shave. He ain't clean shaven. He musty. I ain't never called him musty, but the way she was treating him, I said, he smell like feet. Point blank, period.
Yeah. I was
That's all
like,
I could
oh,
think.
dude. She
I
calls
couldn't
him
figure it out.
home. Like, he probably smells like an uncle. Like, probably does not smell that good.
It, outside, puppy dog, you know,
Right.
whatever. I couldn't figure it out. But she
No,
laid on him.
but she
She
was
laid on
crazy.
him. But then he, cause see, I be watching the man. I'm a
Mhm.
woman, so I already know what we thinking.
All right. All right. Okay.
I be watching the men. That's where I get my information from.
Sure.
He leaned his head a little. He tilted his head a little bit to her head. Had his chin in her hair, and he was smelling her hair. Men like that.
Mm.
Men love to smell hair. I know a whole lot of men. Y'all can say I'm lying if you want to. Maybe your man don't smell your hair. I ain't gonna insult nobody, but I'm just gonna say, just like we love when a man smells good and we love when every part of him smells. You ever smelled a man's hair and it stank? Oh, they don't want to smell our hair stinking neither.
Mm.
He was sniffing. He had his face. He was smelling her hair. He was all in, and then mm, who gonna say
Mm. You do it. You do it.
it? Okay, I gotta go back into my mood.
Okay.
He reached his head down, and I want to say I saw him like nudge her head with his chin, and she kind of lifted her head up. She lifted her head up. He put his head down, and he reached down to kiss her, and she started kissing him back. But it wasn't no, let me get into this. Let me
Mm.
I get comfortable. It wasn't no, nah. Let me tell y'all, y'all better take a page. Taylor can kiss.
Mm.
I won't give that to Monty. Taylor had all the moves for that kiss. I saw my girl's head going. But he was right there. He was right there. If he
Right.
wasn't a teacher, he was a great student. But I think they was in class together. And baby, they kissed.
Mm.
That was such a passionate kiss. I was in my car. I had made it to the post office around the corner. And I'm in my car. I'm going to get off the mic because I'm in my car like this. Bitch! I know people are supposed to said, ma'am, it's 10:47 in the morning. We need you to calm down.
No. I he grabbed her face. He
Yes.
pulled her in. His
Yes.
arms were everywhere.
But
Her
did you
arms
see her
were
put her arm, like when he reached his right arm around her to pull her in, she put her left arm around his back. She was pulling that back in. Baby, they was pulling each other in.
it was the throes of passion. Okay.
No. Let me tell y'all. That was the steamiest, sexiest, organic scene I have seen in a long time.
Mm.
It was
Just said,
hot.
where's the movie?
I loved it.
It
I
was
was
nice.
I'm in love. I love love. I'm a sucker for love. I am not a hater. I love love. I love when people love each other, when they loving on each other. I love to give love. I love to be loved. I am love. And I know when I see it. And that, I don't know if it was love, but it was passion. It was definitely passionate. and it was hot, and
Mm,
Twitter was banging.
mm.
We was up,
We
and
were.
then, as soon as she pulled him a little closer, the feeds cut and went to everybody sleeping.
Mm.
Only thing I was hoping for, I said, girl, take the microphones off. Y'all should have been took the microphones off. I asked you where that microphone at. Say it's over there. Then I know.
I'm glad the feed's cut because it leaves
I'm
something
glad the feed cut.
you
No,
know.
because it ain't everybody's business. And they was just kissing. We don't know what happened.
Sure. To all the jailers out there, they just kissed. Okay. None of y'all worry.
I know y'all jailers want to think something is up with Jaylor, and I'm not a hater. I think that Taylor found him hot. Um, I think he found her hot too. I don't think that it was a burning flame. Whatever, it ain't my business. I don't know. Ain't my business. I mean, I would if she was feeling it and he was feeling it. I'm here for it. I feel whatever you feeling. If you
Exactly.
feeling it, I'm always for my girls. If my girl feeling a guy and he feeling her back, I'm feeling them. I'm feeling
Right.
that.
Right.
If she feeling a guy and he ain't feeling her back, I'm feel that. And I'm not saying I don't feel it in here. I don't feel it in here. Like I don't. I'm not saying like I think I don't like it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just be going based on how I internally feel about it. I'd be like, I'm trying to like it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Now,
wasn't feeling like Joseph was. I think Joseph showed interest in flirting,
right.
but as I say in all these games, y'all be mad that people go in here and flirt. Ain't nothing else to do. We humans. Flirting is harmless. It's actually very healthy. You better hope you get flirted with.
Oh,
Ain't
true.
nobody flirting with you, baby. You probably need to work on something, sir
Yeah. Mm,
and ma'am.
right.
But I'm just saying, I saw the flirting, but I didn't really see no. I didn't see a whole lot.
Right.
And, and Salina tell you, I don't advise a woman to go chasing no guy. But she's like, that's so old fashioned. It's 2022, and women can pursue men.
Well,
That's
that's
what y'all think.
questionable.
I love it.
Yeah, that sounds really
If
really
he
good.
don't want you, he don't want you. But
Yeah.
Monty been showing and displaying that he's been wanting Taylor for a long time when his light bulb turned on. And yes, he messed up week one. We can go all the way back if you want to. Um, show me who is without blame. Please cast the first stone. I'll
Mm.
wait.
Now, I do want
Okay.
to know because you've been in the house.
Yes.
Do you feel like he really, really actually likes her, or that he
Mm-hmm.
just thinks she's hot, and vice versa?
All right. This is what I think, and I've not shared this perception with any other alumni. So y'all can jump out there and tell me if I'm wrong. I think we've all kind of shared that bonding in the house is a different level of bonding than out here in the real world. And um, if I'm gonna just use them, if Taylor and Monty met in the real world and he saw her and was like, she's hot, damn, I'd get with her and they banged like in a week, it might just be a bang to him.
Okay.
Because contrary to popular belief in this new world that we in, sex doesn't bond men. I say that for y'all again. Sex doesn't bond men. Men bond in relationships through time and experiences. And sex is the icing on top. And I'm not telling y'all this because I want to say it. I'm telling y'all this because I've listened to men, multiple men, and men don't bond with people via and through sex. Sex just is the added layer. But women occasionally think that through the sex, we now have a bond. No, we just had sex to him. Living in the house, they've been living together for so long. They know each other intimately, regardless of sex or not, because of the relationship they've grown and they've built. I'm not going to say that today, if they even had any kind of intercourse or intimacy, that he doesn't want to have it. But
Okay.
after this extent of knowing a person, if you sexing them, you like them
Mm, interesting. Okay.
because you know them well enough that you might want to have sex, but you can easily be turned off because you know them so well that I don't want to fuck you. They not just at this point, and I'm not saying he's like wants a relationship, wants to marry her, wants to be with her. But at this stage of living with her, getting to know her, watching her, observing her, growing with her, working with her, watching her, if he still wants to have sex with her, he doesn't just want to smash her. He actually likes her.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I hope he checks the shit out of me.
Hmm.
Now, whether she like him or not, I ain't talking about that.
Okay. Okay.
So do I think he likes her? I definitely think he likes her. I
Yeah.
think he has feelings for her. That doesn't mean he's going to walk out that house and be like, I want us to be together. At the end of the day, he is still a man and he may still want to get out here and see what hoes is in his inbox tomorrow.
Sure.
And he could still want her. Period.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
vice versa. She can
Yeah.
walk out and be like, that was fun. Give me my check.
And we will support
750. We
it. Listen.
do what you gotta do. 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 Yeah. Okay.
That is exactly what's playing in her head, according to a lot of people.
I don't think I don't think that honestly people like oh secure your final two. I hope it does. I
I hope
hope it does.
so. But now, okay, listen, let's get into the rest of today because
Okay, so yeah, they woke up. Okay, the feeds went off for them for a long time. So they had just went to bed about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock daytime, 9 o'clock, maybe if it was longer than 10 seconds.
fees
Anyway,
were off for over 2 hours. Let me
yeah, so
just,
that they could sleep.
well,
Yep.
this is, yeah, it was no 10-second. Yeah,
Oh,
okay, that's what I'm
ain't
trying.
no 10 second. Ain't
No,
no 10 second man. I don't care what y'all say.
yeah,
It's there for days. Okay. So
right.
anyway,
So feeds come back. First, feeds come back to, um, like then like sort of halfway spooning. He's not really cuddling her, but
he's
whatever.
laying flat on his back. She's laying next to him in the crook of his arm still, except she's not facing him. She's facing away from him.
Exactly. Then
Mm-hmm.
feeds cut again. Feeds come back to them separate. Feeds keep cutting, whatever. Eventually, they come back to Taylor awake, and uh, she basically says, "We can't tell anyone." She says, "I think no one can ever know." This
No
man,
one can know this. But I
no.
gotta rewind because I was a little frustrated, okay? I was
Ooh,
a little frustrated
okay,
because production asked for them to get up several times. Production called for them to get up, for them to change their batteries, for them to turn off the lights, I'm sorry, for them to turn on the lights in the HOH room. And Taylor's like, this your room, whatever, leave us alone, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I know it was expected that she would sleep up there. Turner knew she was sleeping up there. She said she was sleeping up there. That doesn't just because I told you what I was gonna do, don't stop your brain from wondering, but what actually was I doing?
right.
And I don't want you to figure. I don't want your thoughts to go there. Especially your thoughts can go anywhere. I, honey, I had 8,000 conspiracies in that house, half of one which was not true, and some
Right.
was.
Okay.
And I don't want you to think that. I don't want you to think that. So you ain't got to jump up out of bed immediately, but it was a lot of laying in the bed, just the two of them in the room, not getting up. And you don't have best friends in this house. You got Brittany and Turner voting. And I just would not risk them thinking anything about me come Thursday. So I didn't like that he didn't say, hey, go downstairs and start acting like you're doing something. It's okay to be close, but you gotta separate. And that's not just them, but that's just the name of the game in the BB house. I can't be tied to you for 100 days and don't separate. I gotta come kick it with you, check in, blah, blah, blah. All right, I gotta go over here with them. I just felt, my opinion, it was too long.
Yeah.
Like, go on about your business and let him know. Thank you. All right. Bye. Yeah, you say bye to me before I say bye to you.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, wait a minute. I will say bye to you before you say bye to me.
Okay. Listen, I was going to accept it because I was like, whatever. If truths or whatever, I'll take it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. But at one point, before they woke up, Taylor did kiss his bare chest. And she was like, do you shave your chest? She was cuddling him again. Y'all, it came way too close though because she did this literally seconds later. I guess Monty must have seen it like on the cam, but Alyssa came upstairs and the way Taylor like rolled over to the other side of the bed right before Alyssa walked in, too close for comfort to me. So I was at that was the point that I was really like, what are you guys doing? Like just get up. There's actually no reason for this.
What did Alyssa say?
Alyssa was just I don't know, just some small talk. She didn't really I don't
She didn't
I
have any purpose for coming in that room.
no, she had said that they were trying to get them up. She wasn't just like trying to sneak up there. Well, maybe she was. I don't know. You think so? I
They
don't
ain't
know.
try to get him up to make it to the veto meeting. I mean, the veto competition.
Ooh, that's for sure.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Hey, I took my psych exam. They said you a skeptic. I said probably. What that mean?
That's a good question. I don't know. But yeah, they came down. They came down. Listen, Monte and Taylor were just entirely too giggly. uh,
Yes, because you know what? Because speed it up. Let me tell you, they're in the kitchen. They sat at the table. Turner was in there with him for a minute. Brittany was in there with him, or Alyssa. One of them was
it
in
was
there,
Alyssa.
but
Yeah,
Alyssa.
yeah,
And then Brittany's in the room, or was she in the bathroom?
yeah.
She's in the bathroom, reminded me of this. Part y'all probably too young for this. She reminded me of Tina Turner, and what's love got to do with it? Sitting at the mirror. It, Tina was having a nervous breakdown and she took her eyeliner pencil and we knew it was a problem. And she
Mm.
said, got to help Ike.
Okay, so
Having a nerve, yeah.
okay, let me put some things together. So I had talked about how the four had stayed up really late,
Uh-huh.
like into Monday.
Okay.
So Britt, when Alyssa told her that the four of them stayed up really late again, and you know, basically she didn't know where Monty and Taylor were, I guess. Brittany immediately started spiraling because she was like, oh, I feel like it's because I can't stay up late that I'm being left out. And so I think this is and Brittany hates being excluded from things, which I understand, but that does seem
She
to be
needs a
the trigger.
friend.
She needs a friend. She won't stop bringing up how she was excluded from girls. So I think this is like, making it's like evoking the same kind of emotion again. Her and Alyssa start talking, and Brittany basically tells Alyssa about how she can't vote her out really because Turner is going to vote to keep Taylor, but if she convinces Turner, then maybe it can work. So she has to talk to Turner.
Because she
So,
did say, I don't want you to leave.
yeah,
She's crying. She's saying, I don't want you to leave. At some point, feeds all turn to Brittany and Alyssa in the bathroom. And I can hear Taylor and Monty laughing from the kitchen. You
yeah,
got Brittany crying, and she's not even on the block. You got Alyssa feeling, I don't even want to say feeling, you got Alyssa comforting Brittany while she's crying. And Alyssa is on the block and scared of going home. And all I hear is laughter coming from the kitchen, which is Monty and Taylor.
right.
And Brittany was in the bathroom for so long with Alyssa, and I never saw Taylor come in there to comfort her for a very long time. And I mean, like,
Yeah,
at least an hour or so.
yeah, it was too long.
It was too long.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
she needs
that's too
to,
long.
like, I get it. She and Monty are closer now, but
Yeah,
I
but
think she needs to unglue herself from Monty,
yeah,
super glue herself to Brittany, remind
yeah.
Brittany, like, I'm your friend. Alyssa's not your friend.
Say what you said, because I was breathing.
Oh, I said she needs to unglue herself from Monty and super glue herself to Brittany.
Facts.
Yeah. Now it's fine. She had her fun, but it's game time now.
Facts.
And things could really go
Get your
wrong.
post nut clarity queen and now go win this game.
Exactly. And I do have to bring up the fact that, everyone knows that Kyle and Alyssa had fucked in there. And people had
That
known this
word.
for a long time, right? And even despite knowing that, like after Joseph was evicted, Kyle and Alyssa, like, especially them two, like would keep talking and getting really mad about, the potential of whether Joseph and Taylor fucked when they were.
We can't use that word a lot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm
Had
so
sex.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Okay, so pause at the 57:19 mark at the 18 second. Now start with the Joseph and start with your comment, but let's use the F
Let's
word.
start
Just
with Kyle.
okay.
Okay, so everyone knows that Kyle and Alyssa had sex in the house,
Okay.
and even though everyone knew that, they were still spiraling a lot after Joseph was evicted at the potential of Joseph and Taylor maybe having had sex when they were chained up together for that one
Okay.
punishment.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, Brittany had also before, spiraled about whether Monte and Taylor had a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, all that to say, people have already been suspicious of Taylor, being in showmances, doing things with guys, which is unfair because they don't care at all that Alyssa did anything with
Right.
Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're already suspicious, it's even worse that there's now something potentially to confirm their suspicions. And I'm just like a little bit nervous that they're going to pick up on some energy, even
Yeah.
if Taylor and Monty never say anything.
Yeah. And I really hope and I am going to believe that they will not say anything.
I
It would
really
not
hope
benefit them at all. You do not need a friend in here, girl. You do not need a girlfriend. You ain't got to tell nobody. You better go tell him. I want to talk about it. Can I talk to you in HOH room? Talk to him about it. Don't talk to your girls about it. I know men talk too. We want to believe that they don't. Don't talk to your boy about it.
right.
Go talk to her about it. Say, shit was fire. Keep it moving.
Exactly.
Hold it to yourself.
Yeah.
Gotta. This is a poker game. Keep your cards to your chest. With that part, this is a chess game. With you playing poker too. So,
Right.
all right. So,
Yeah.
it
So
was very hot and steamy,
very
and
hot steamy. I think from here, Taylor should just keep Joseph's name in her mouth, just to like throw off any suspicion.
she really should. And I
Yeah.
would just tell Monty because he's a man, and he already told her, "I need my ego stroked."
Right.
So she gonna have to say, I'm gonna keep talking about Joseph because I've been talking about him. Period.
Right.
Ain't no explanation needed.
Yeah.
Keep talking about him. Keep ignoring Monty. Stop laughing at his jokes. He ain't funny.
Uh-uh.
Keep it moving.
Right.
Anyway, so by the time I talk to you guys again, we will have had our live eviction. My girl still better be there. Cause if that man, now if he gotta break the tie and he don't break it the white way, I'm gonna break him.
Mm.
But if Brittany and Turner don't vote to save Taylor, that's the way the game go.
Mm.
Hopefully she's still there Thursday night. We'll find out. Salina, thank you for joining me. You're always a wonderful guest. You're my really great friend. I love you so much.
Thanks.
Tell them where they can find you since you shipping people.
Okay, so you can find me at the Salty Cell on Twitter or the Saltiest Cell on Instagram.
You can find me here on the Winter Circle. You can find me on Instagram at absolutely gorgeous 100. You can find me on Twitter. Hopefully, I don't never fall away. I fell today. I was sound bad. I said, stand up.
What?
You can find me on Twitter, absolutely Tiff. You can find the podcast on Apple and Spotify, The Winter Circle. And you can find our video on YouTube. It's been great. Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Oh, and shout out to my baby tiger. Y'all don't even know. The maintenance people let my cat out today. And he ran off. Because he like, the cat like to be free. Cats don't like to be tied up, bondaged, and held on to.
mm.
He like to be free, so he out here in the street somewhere, and I hope that he comes back. So y'all send y'all positive energy to send Tiger back, not to me, but to Christian, because that's my son's cat, and he loves him so much. But we all deal with disappointment, and everything happens for a reason, and so we will get through this too. But if he's not with me, I hope he's with a good family somewhere, because he's very loving. They're definitely getting loved on. I hope they love him back. Till next time, thanks for joining us on the Winter Circle. Bye.